Hello and welcome to the August Art and Soul Show. This month we have our usual selection of music, interviews, poems and reviews. And to start us off, we have a track from Colour called Over the Moon.
This is all that we talk about, she said. Paint this wall so it's white again, or leave it be. We're just making noise, we're just making noise, she said. And what about him? And what about him? She said. Puzzle pieces, signature on the earth. Can you see that we all fit together like puzzle pieces? Signature on the earth. Can you see that something?
Over the moon, we are all
moon.
That was Over the Moon by Colour, and now a song by John Joe Higgins called A Bucket Full of Roses.
A man of many faces, a kid so wild and blue, stuck in the mud of romance, circumstances involving you. I wonder if it matters who, why, for and when. Such a simple problem, the solution may be zen. A bucket full of roses no one wants to buy. The price is very cheap these days, the final cost too high. If beaten out of existence, feeling much too sad, what to do on Wednesdays to make you feel as glad? To give back life some meaning, to help you count as sane. Live life as a person with purpose and a name. A man of many faces, a kid so wild and blue, stuck in the mud of romance, circumstances involving you.
Hello, this is Chris's True Story of the Month. Years ago, I lived in Scotland, worked in Scotland, lived near a town called Dumfries. Used to visit a pub called The Hole in the Wall in Dumfries town centre. Got to know an old guy that used to drop in there regularly. His name was Woodrow. He used to work for the Theatre Royal in Glasgow. He often used to talk to me about his experiences working at the theatre, particularly fundraising. He told me about a time he was trying to raise money because it was an old theatre. He told me the story went like this. He said we had all sorts of, no he didn't, he was Scot. We had all sorts of things. We had all sorts of celebrities coming in, and they used to do all sorts of acts for us, do audience participation, people used to ask questions. And I said, oh, that's quite interesting. So what sort of celebrities did you have? He said, oh yeah, all sorts of interesting people. It's strange times. One in particular, they had Bing Crosby, and it was Walt Disney was in town as well. He said they were very interesting, all sorts of anecdotes, stories, things like that. Said it was an interesting time. I said, that must have been great. You must have raised loads of money. You must have had a big audience. He said, aye, we had a big audience. It was okay. I said, well, why was it only okay? He said, well, they sang a song. Well, was that a problem? He said, well, it was okay. It was okay. I said, well, why was it only okay? Only okay. He said, well, Bing sings, but Walt Disney.
Welcome to Ipsum's Art and Soul Show, where you'll get the best of everything Swindon has to offer in the line of arts and music.
Also, interviews with the top professionals helping get your life back on track.
So join us the first Tuesday and Wednesday every month. See you there.
To celebrate the release of the new Toy Story film, the Art and Soul Show gang have chosen You've Got a Friend in Me by Randy Newman. The song will be followed by Sue's review of Toy Story 4.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, just remember what your old pal said. Well, you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got trouble, I got 'em too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through. 'Cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Some of the folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, no kidding. Bigger and stronger too. But none of them would ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, boy. And as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Look at my impressive wingspan.
It's time for Sue's review.
This is a review of Toy Story 4. The first shock for me was realising that it was 24 years since Toy Story first came into my life. We would have watched it, husband, wife and 4-year-old, transfixed by the wonders of Disney Pixar's wondrous new style animation. The Toy Story about Andy's collection, including Woody, the talking cowboy doll, and Buzz Lightyear, his bumbling yet daring spaceman friend, and their varied, exciting and dangerous escapades within and beyond the playroom. All of the first 3 films have been amazing. The third was really scary, but maintained the superb quality of the first 2, and I have to say I was surprised to hear there was to be a 4th. Toy Story 4 opens with another daring escapade of bravery from our favourite toys, and we're reminded that they now belong to a little girl called Bonnie. At the end of the last film, the grown-up Andy gave his box of precious toys to a child who he felt would truly love them as he had. We re-enter the magic world of the playroom where, the minute a human leaves the room, the toys come to life. We discover that Bonnie is about to start kindergarten, and as a shy little girl, she is distressed to find that no toys are allowed at nursery. Woody bravely climbs into her backpack so she's not alone, and on return at the end of the day is able to introduce the new friend that Bonnie literally made from pipe cleaners and a little plastic fork. Symbolically, she writes her name on his feet, and thus Forky becomes her favourite toy. Unfortunately, Forky understands that he is made from trash, and what follows is an amusing series of attempts to throw himself in the bin. Woody to the rescue, as Forky really is Bonnie's new favourite, and she can't be without him. There is the traditional Toy Story fun to be had. Bonnie's family is heading off on a road trip. Forky goes missing and Woody heads off to rescue him. In the process, Woody bumps into a group of lost toys, including the wonderful Bo Peep, who appears in her new, more feisty incarnation at the fun fair. The new baddie is in the form of Gabby Gabby, a somewhat unpleasant baby doll. She realises that Woody's working speech mechanism could help her to become more attractive to some loving human child. Hers has never worked properly, and she has therefore been left on the shelf. With her creepy puppet sidekicks, she tries to entrap Woody in order to get her way. All sorts of exciting shenanigans follow, and as usual, we hope for a very happy ending, though you may require the use of a tissue if something should get stuck in your eye towards the end. As with the others in the series, Toy Story 4 is a beautifully animated, wistful story of love, yearning to be loved, and change. Many of the old and loved characters feature: Slinky, Rex, the Potato Heads, and as mentioned, there are a few new ones. Although we see a somewhat more self-assured Buzz, it would have been good to see a little more interaction between him and Woody. I've seen some comments that Forky is a little weak as a main character, but I think most parents would identify with the sometimes unusual choice of favourite toy by their young ones, and definitely with the need to be permanently attached to said toy.
Toy Story 4 is a very entertaining watch. It's funny and nostalgic, and whilst there are moments of tension and excitement, it's not as truly scary as was number 3 in the series. I'm not sure that Toy Story 4 quite lives up to the extremely high standards of Toy Story 1, 2 and 3, mainly due to a slightly weaker storyline, though I would give it a hearty 7.5 out of 10 and suspect it will be the best animated film come awards season. By the way, don't do what half the cinema did and leave before the end credits are finished. You'd think they'd have learnt by the 4th film, wouldn't you?
Thank you very much.
And who's through the tip of the month?
Hello, this is Andrew, and I'm speaking to everybody about my food tips of the month. This time, I believe I went to the place called the Toby, next to Asda Walmart, down Hayden Wick, just a bit longer down from there. The Carvery. At tea time, about 5 o'clock, and I had a slice of meat and lots of vegetables, which were nice, and crispy things and all that stuff. And why it's a good place to go is because you get a lot of value for your money, and it's real food, and it's very healthy food because there's a lot of vegetables involved, included. And if you get there on time, you can always beat the queues as well, around 5:30 or 4:30, around that sort of time. So you don't have to wait. And I think everybody should try it down there. Thank you.
This is a song by Nathan and Oz called Demo. That was Demo by Nathan and Oz. And now Scott, Operation Manager from Sainsbury's, talking to Oz.
I am here with Scott from Sainsbury's. How's it going?
Hello, very well. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. What's your role within Sainsbury's?
I'm an operations manager, so I basically run the store day to day, making sure that everything is available for anyone that wants to come and shop with us.
So you're sort of really hands-on then, really involved in the mechanics of it?
Yeah, we've got about 350 colleagues, so my job is to make sure we're all doing what we should be doing, so that the stuff's there on the shelf for customers to buy.
So why have you come down to the studio today?
Yeah, we've come down today. I met with Sue a few weeks ago. It's our 150th birthday this year as a company. Thank you. So as part of that, we wanted to do some pieces of work in helping local charities and working in the community. And as part of that, supporting Ipsum with a couple of things that we hope will be helpful for them in terms of not just practically, but also getting a wider audience to understand what Ipsum do for local people in Swindon.
Yeah, it's really important to make sure that the message is heard by as many people as possible.
Absolutely, and we have 40,000 customers a week. If we can spread the message of what Ipsum does to even half of that population, then certainly I think that would be good for yourselves.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. So what are you looking to be part of as part of this 150 years old, 150, charities to be working with? What's the plan with that?
Well, there's a few things. There's some practical stuff. So as you know, Sainsbury's is a food shop.
Yep.
So we can practically help provide tea, coffee, snacks, biscuits, etc. for everyone that uses the service here. And we've brought some stuff today so that we can start that for the summer. We're also looking to do an art exhibition in our in-store cafe.
Oh, nice.
Which would involve quite a lot of the artwork that's created here going up on our walls with hopefully the artist's name, etc. next to it. and an advertisement with what Ipsum does, so that our customers that shop and eat in the cafe can see some of the fantastic artwork that's up on the walls upstairs.
That's really, really cool. So how did you select Ipsum itself?
One of our colleagues who works for us, her husband attends here. He's one of the service users, and she brought Ipsum to our attention. I'm fairly new to Swindon, so I wasn't aware of the charity itself.
Yeah.
But a colleague brought some details in, and we met with Sue a few weeks ago, and we're sort of progressing from here.
That's really cool that you've got that personal connection as well.
Yeah, and it's important. Mental health, I think, is something that is more and more important these days, and it's important that people understand that there is support out there. Hopefully by what we're doing together, that will help understand what Ipsum can provide for anyone that doesn't know that it exists at the moment.
Yeah, that's really great. Well, thank you very much for coming down.
Thank you.
I hope you have an excellent day.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. Have a good day.
Appreciate it.
Ipsum care, while you listen to this, your ears can't look elsewhere.
And so, in celebration of 150 years of Sainsbury's, we have All Lost in the Supermarket by The Clash. Enjoy.
I'm all lost in the supermarket. I can no longer shop happily. I came in here for a special offer, guaranteed personality. I wasn't born so much as I fell out. Nobody seemed to notice me. We had a hedge back home in the suburb, over which I never could see. I heard the people who live on the ceiling scream and fight hysterically. Hearing that noise was my first ever feeling. That's how it's been all around me. I'm all lost in the supermarket. I can no longer shop happily. I came in here for a special offer, a guaranteed personality. I'm all tuned in, I see all the programs, I save coupons for packets of tea. I've got my giant hit discotheque album. I empty a bottle, I feel a bit free. Kids in the halls and the pipes in the walls make me noises for company. Long distance callers make long distance calls, and the silence makes me lonely. I'm lost in the supermarket. I can no longer shop happily. I came in here for the special offer, a guaranteed personality. It's not here. It disappeared. I'm all lost in the supermarket. I can no longer shop happily. I came in here for the special offer, guaranteed personality. I'm all lost in the supermarket. I can no longer shop happily. I came in here for a special offer, guaranteed personality. I'm all lost. I'm all lost in the supermarket. I'm all lost. I can no longer shop happily. I'm all lost. I came in here for a special offer, a guaranteed personality. I'm all lost. I'm all lost in the supermarket. I'm all lost. I no longer shop happily. I'm all lost. Came in here for a special offer, guaranteed personality. I'm all lost in the supermarket. I can no longer shop happily. I came here for a special offer, guaranteed personality. I'm all lost. I'm all lost. I'm all lost. I'm all lost in the supermarket. I can no longer shop happily. I came in here for a special offer, guaranteed personality.
That was Lost in the Supermarket by The Clash. And next up, we've got a cover of Chasing Cars by Sue Hammond.
We do it all, everything on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? I don't quite know how to say how I feel. Those three words are said too much. They're not enough. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. Let's waste time chasing cars around our heads. I need your grace to remind me to find my own. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. All that I am, all that I ever was, is here in your perfect eyes. They're all I can see. I don't know where, confused about how as well. Just know that these things will never change for us at all. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
Next on the Art and Soul Show, we have an interview with our very own James Osborne, who has been part of our radio team here since we began over 3 years ago, who has recently finished his first book, which is titled Nanook the Bipolar Bear, and is published on the 6th of August, which I believe is today, I think the first Tuesday of August when this show goes out. So, without further ado, who is Nanook?
Nanook the Bipolar Bear is a book all about having bipolar affective disorder and the experiences of a bipolar bear suffering from the turmoil that the mental health condition can bring. It's based on my personal experience and also conversations I've had with other people and their experiences. And it's designed to offer an insight into that world that isn't a textbook. Because I noticed a lot of the books on that topic are textbooks, or they're, long, hard books to read, that are very complicated. I wanted to do something that's a bit more simple and accessible.
So what sort of form does your book take then, Oz?
Well, the format it'll be 8 by 10 inches, and it'll be basically 52 drawings inside. That's what the book's going to look like.
Okay, so who did the drawings?
I did.
Okay, so they're all done by you. And do they have captions with the drawings? And
all of the drawings are illustrations of things that actually happen. There isn't a lot of text in there other than sort of stuff that I've written into the images themselves.
So what would your target audience be, do you think, for this book?
Target audience is anyone who wants to know more about dealing with bipolar affective disorder, whether that is someone who's just been diagnosed or someone who has a friend who's been diagnosed and wants to understand more. If a kid has been diagnosed with bipolar affective disorder and their auntie doesn't know what it means, this is the book for their auntie.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I believe Andrew's here with a question as well for yours.
James, how are you doing, mate?
I'm alright, how are you, Andrew?
I'm okay, thank you very much. Where can you get this book and how much will it cost?
Okay, so from the 6th of August, which is today when the show goes out first time.
Or yesterday, if it's
or
Wednesday
yesterday,
at 6.
if it's Wednesday at 6, then it's yesterday. Time travel is great.
Great, yeah.
But it's out then, and you can get it from Amazon. So if you search for Nanook the Bipolar Bear, Black Eyes Publishing on Amazon, you'll be able to find it. You can also get it from your local bookshop. You may have to go in and request it, and they may have to order it, but they can all get it in. You can also buy it from me as well if you see me, but I'm only going to have 50, so you're going to have to be quick if you want to buy one directly from me. You'll also be able to find it in the 4 national libraries, that's England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales. A couple of university libraries, including Oxbridge.
Have you got books on you today, James?
I don't have any books on me right now, but I will have them on me on the 6th of August, which is today, or yesterday.
Time travel.
Yeah, time travel, yeah.
Well, if I see you soon, I might request one from you when I see you next time.
I think I'll order one on Amazon.
Cool.
So it's Nanook, the Bipolar Bear. You can order it on Amazon. How much does it cost?
It'll be £10.
Very good value. Okay, so if anybody out there has anybody that's suffering from bipolar or doesn't really understand bipolar, we here at the Art and Soul Show at Ipsum say you should read Nanook, the Bipolar Bear by James Osborne, coming out today on Black
Eyes Publishing.
Black Eyes Publishing. Is that it?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much, James. Have a wonderful day.
Yes.
And now some suggested listening while you read my book. This is All My Favourite Joys Are Fears, in case you missed it, by Ditch Effort.
All my favorite joys are fears, all been magnified by tears. All my favorite bands are breaking up, every last good name's been taken up.
From Ditch Effort, in case you missed it, All My Joys Are Fears, to a track by Rockin' Rob Bell, recorded here at Basement 13 at the Ipsum studio very recently on the 28th of June, called A Song About You. Enjoy.
It's a song about you. It's about time too. A song about you. This is a tune I wrote, and every note's inspired by you. You are the one who sees through me. You see me transparently, and you never need to say sorry to me in a card or other form of apology. That's fine. This is a song about you. It's about time too. A song about you. This is a tune I wrote, and every note's inspired by you. You are playing Astral Weeks with its timeless scales and tweaks, and to my ear it gently speaks of a love and warmth that everybody seeks. Playing Astral Weeks with its timeless scales and tweaks, and to my ear it gently speaks of a love and warmth that everybody seeks, of a love and warmth that everybody seeks. Yeah, love and warmth that everybody seeks. This is a song about you. It's about time too. A song about you. This is a tune I wrote, and every note's inspired by you.
Andrew's Tune of the Month. And now, a song I chose called Tourist by Athlete.
This European air, it always warms my face. I wish I could buy some. I will bring you stories and bleary-eyed photos like a regular tourist. We don't go breaking down. I feel like nothing ever will. We don't go breaking down. I feel like nothing. Suitcases down our street are rolling once again. I roll away with them. days inside New York to lose myself with friends. I'm nowhere without you. We don't go breaking down. I feel like nothing ever will. We don't go breaking down. I feel like nothing ever will. We will never go breaking down. I feel like nothing. Just wanna be with you, my baby. 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 I'm counting up the cost of time, and when I embrace our time away, we cannot save ourselves alone, or rely on a mobile phone. Just wanna be with you, my baby. 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 Just wanna be with you.
Two wind turbines are in a field. One says to the other, "What kind of music are you into?" The other replies, "I'm a huge metal fan."
Thanks for that, Katie. And now for a poem from John Joe called A Poem of Distance.
The road is there, long and hard, wherever you want to go. For a journey's sake, of need or must, or to escape and start anew. The speed you go, the time it takes, whether you enjoy it or no, it's been there long, and it will stay, to tempt, to challenge and dream. A fear for some who remain in town, no need to chance a move. Some do return to home once more, and settle again in place. The world is wide and not always kind, much alone then one can be. No friend or ally, lost and alone, no answer to the question in hand. Or to find a place so beautiful, with success and riches succeed, the home we left to seek adventure, our past, but lost, our beginning.
That was John Joe with a poem called A Poem of Distance. Next, Swindon artist Pat Louche with a track he wrote called Radio Elvis, recorded here at Basement 13 Ipsum in July.
Breathe, baby. Waterloo. Pity again. They say he wants to lose. Then again, he is insane. A bittersweet Hemingway, for whom the bell would never ring. Well, I kneel down every Sunday just to clarify my sin. You gotta breathe, baby, breathe. Breathe, baby, breathe. Baby, breathe. Well, I don't find any answer. I don't even know my own name. Really well. Really well. Don't even know my own name.
Rusty Goat's back again. This piece is titled It's What Society Expects. I got up, got dressed. This was under duress, I stress. Not from anyone in particular, nor did I have one of those appointments that I couldn't get out of. It was simply because it's what society expects of us. I got up, got dressed, got undressed and got back into bed, because the inside of my head is a mess. I have no particular stress that causes my lack of interest. I have a personality disorder that borders and frames my take on reality. I got up, got dressed, looked in the fridge, no milk, so it's black tea again. A visit to the shop would mean interaction with another human who may see the pain and suffering in my eyes. Bloodshot, glassy, tearful eyes. I got up, got dressed. Who am I trying to kid? Who am I trying to impress? So I confess this, those words are lies. I didn't get up or get dressed. I kept the curtains pulled closed instead. And with this, I have no choice. I have no voice to be able to shout, no ability to cry out, to pull me out of this hole, cooped up stone cold alone. No ability to walk the positive, less neglected paths I've been shown. I didn't get up. I didn't get dressed. It's been the best part of 2 weeks since I had any sense of rational normality. This is the reality of my disordered, borderline personality.
Nobody knows it, but you've got a secret smile, and you use it only for me. Nobody knows it, but you've got a secret smile, and you use it only for me. So use it and prove it. Remove this world in sadness. I'm losing and bluesing, but you can save me from madness. Nobody knows
So, dear listener, that is almost the end of the August Art and Soul show. Here at Ipsum, we will be back again, same time, same place next month.
To end the August show, we have a track called August by 60s band Love.
I said August is all that I know. It's with me wherever I go. It's with me when I need a friend. It brings me good weather. It keeps me together. It picks me up when I'm down. Good evenings, I love you, I do. I share all my dinings with you, but I can't help from wondering why you are so good to me. You do good things for me. You pick me up when I'm down.
Look at my impressive wingspan.